Alright guys, it's 2:53. We're going to see how long it takes us to do this. What we're going to do is we're going to take this column and swing it around in a half circle and duplicate it to make multiple of them. Now you'll notice that I just scaled this up by eye, but if this is a 10-meter grid, or and I'm working in meters, so this is 10, 5, and 5, that's 10. So this is about like over 30 feet wide, this column, so it's pretty big, so just keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and grab the group and we'll move this over. I don't want to move it over too far, because what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have a curve, and actually I may have it in this seed. Show all. Yeah, but it's tiny because I was working in centimeters before by accident. That's not how I want them to be. That's how I want them to be. When you scale things like that, don't scale them together. Make sure you group them and scale the group. See how they scale properly now? Before, they just kind of flatten out. That's why they were all flat by the time they got that big. So group them, then they'll scale just fine. And that seems like a pretty good size comparison to me, so that tells me how far I gotta move this guy out. Move him out to about here. That looks pretty good. Alright, so now we gotta get his center point, and he's way out there. He's 109 meters. Jesus Christ. I was holding down the V key. I don't want the V key. I want the X key for snap to grid, so I can snap it in here close to home. And my view cube is always gone, so heads up display view cube. The reason why I wanted that is so I can click this little home button and go. But I need to redo my selection. Now, it's a good thing I did that actually, because I don't like working not in the front view. Like, I got twisted around. I was going over here, and this is my left. I don't want that. I want my left to actually be on my left. Not that it matters, but it matters to me. And for some reason, there's a key. So we'll delete that too. There you go. You guys are learning all sorts of stuff. Not just checking. Alright, so let's just go ahead and set up a pivot and move this guy over here. To right about, we were at 109 before. Let's go ahead and go to 4. No, it's not far enough. 108. Yeah, let's do 108, but in the negative. Alright, now what we can do is snap this guy over here. Close to 0. Why it got rid of my selection, I don't know. That's why I wanted the home button, so I can just get right in here just to make sure it's on 0. Alright, I'm going to pause this because my kids are coming in. Let me deal with them really quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, where was I? Let's see. Yeah, we were just about to duplicate special this around. Alright, so up in the edit is duplicate special. We want this options box right here. Alright, so let's go ahead and just reset this. Get in the habit of just resetting everything every time you use it. So we're going to do a copy. Let's go ahead and do an instance this time, just because in case I do something to this original one, it'll mirror around to the rest of them. Just because these columns, I mean, I think I can rotate an instance without it messing up. Alright, so number of copies, I don't know how many we want yet, we'll see. Now I'm going to do rotate in the Y by 180 degrees. Now, I know it's Y because whenever you rotate around the axis in this direction, and I want it to go this way. So if I held Y on top, my axis would go this direction. So let's go ahead and try that with 15 and 16. Ah, it didn't work. Why didn't it work? Let me pause this and I'll figure out why it didn't work. I'll give it right back to you. Alright, I got the stupid options box out of my way and I figured out what was going wrong. When I was duplicating special, it's doing 180 degrees. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, all the way up to 16 copies. So that's not what we want. Alright, give me a second. Yeah, she's going. I just don't want her to be too loud. So here's what we need to do. Go back into the options box and select 25 degrees. Give me a second, let me pause this. Alright, what I did is I did 16 with 16 copies. I'll just Control Z and go back so you can see a bit. Just apply, it goes around. But I was looking at this, I don't think that my objects are out far enough. Now, I can't, let me just see. Yeah. That means we'd have to make it bigger. So instead of moving it out, let's just scale it up since it moves itself out. Let's try that because I wanted to put more stuff in here around the walkway, so I needed a little bit more room. So now let's go ahead and apply that and see what it does. Oh, this is a good tip. You see how everything's disappearing? It's because I've moved so far away and I'm in meters. How you fix that? Just go to View, select Camera, and then Control A. Maybe. Yeah.
Quack, quack,
Give me a
quack, quack,
second.
quack, quack, quack,
Quack, quack, quack. Yes, it's a duck.
quack.
Alright, well you heard that. It's right here. Change the near clip plane to 1 and the far clip plane to 1 gajillion nines or whatever. It doesn't matter. That fixes it. Boom. Won't have that problem again. Now you can scale as far as you want or as close as you want. Nothing happens. Alright, I'm going to make that part 1 of this video and I'll come back with part 2 once I figure out what the hell I want to do with all this stuff. I'm going to put stones on top of these, so I got to cut that out and figure out how I'm going to do all that. So I'll come back with part 2. It's 3:08.